Hey everyone, Aaron here. This is vlog number 4, right? Well, I'm thinking now. Yeah, vlog number 4. I had to actually think about that for a second if this was the 4th one or not. You know, it's scary that a week passes, or how many hours pass or days pass that we'll actually do this next vlog, and I instantly forget the number system. I don't know what I put them in number wise. I forgot already. But it happens, it happens with my voice went really high there for a second. Oh, I apologize. But it does happen. It happens to anyone that, you just have to remember. Like, I have to do all these reviews and stuff, and I remember the numbers for those, and find myself having to go constantly back to my video log and go, okay, that's number 65, this is 66 coming. It's annoying, but it's something that, you deal with. But that's my own personal thing. How have you guys been? Everyone been good? Hopefully everyone's been good. So today's topic, I said it last week and I do plan on doing it, is slice of life. Are they boring? Now, I have to actually thank my one friend, Sean, for this. He's my best friend, and I have to thank him for this because it actually made me think of the concept of doing this. I really wanted to talk about this. Slice of life is something very akin to what I talked about last week, if you watched my last week's vlog, where I was talking about romance anime being kind of, very, it can't be very boring, it's got to be entertaining. And slice of life kind of undermines that in many ways. And that slice of life is meant to, in the wording of it, it's supposed to be similar to life aspects. For example, when characters go to club rooms and daily meetings in anime and stuff like that, or they have constant talks, like Core Connect, as fantasy based as this concept or this show is actually a slice of life, and that's surprising. But that's what I'm getting at, the fact that slice of life are not boring. They're anything but boring. It depends on what you go for, though. If you are a person who wants a kind of meaningful slice of life, and you're trying to look for that kind of itch for that, you want, I want something close to it. I want something realistic in my slice of life. You gotta go and really scour, I think, the internet for them, because there's very few anime, in my opinion, that are very realistic, even though they're called slice of life and the way they do it in the genre. They are not that realistic, and there's a good reason for that. Again, it goes back to what I said last video, is entertainment. You don't want to watch something too close to home. And that's why slice of life is not boring. It's a genre that I just think that if you have to watch, if you don't like slice of life, like my friend really kind of not, he doesn't hate it. He'll always tell you he won't hate it, but he's like in middle ground of either liking or hating it. It's something that when you watch a slice of life, and I think a good slice of life, you have to look for certain things that appeal to you as a person, or something that hits close to home with you. For example, let's look at Robotics Notes. Robotics Notes was an anime I reviewed way back when I first started this channel, and wow, that review was not, it wasn't bad, it just wasn't that great. Robotics Notes, in many ways, was a slice of life. It had our characters dealing with, fantasy elements, but the end result was that there was a lot of offbeat episodes. There was a lot of times where, characters weren't doing very much in their general format. They were just talking to one another, talking about dreams and aspirations. Aspirations. Wow, it's not aspirations. I don't know what aspirations are. I'm not even gonna try to think of the word that I was just looking for, because I know it's not that, so that's not even a correct word. But they aspire to kind of go to their clubs and talk about their dreams, their goals in life. And in the end, it does have fantasy-based concept with the mech fight at the end and the mech fights in between and such like that. But it's still a slice of life in many ways. But that just goes on to to prove my point, is that slice of life is something that always has that kind of BS tone to it. It's always something, I think, that tries to pretend like it's close to home. But let me ask you a question: Melancholy of Harumi Suzumiya, is that really what you would consider realistic? No, right? But the thing is that it is considered a slice of life, in that our main characters, deal with these kind of crazy elements, but a lot of times there's a lot of downtime. They play baseball, them kind of filming stuff. It hits close to home in the concept of, you would do this, you would try to do this, or you might go to club rooms that you don't like per se, just because you like one character. I mean, come on. I know several of my friends who joined clubs that they hated, but they joined because there was a girl they liked or the girl they cared about in there, and they wanted to help out. It happens. There's nothing to feel bad about that. I actually give you credit if you do that, because that's showing that you have initiative. You know, what better way to engage with a girl you like or a guy you like than get with that, you know, club or get with that kind of hobby they like, right? Yeah. But slice of life aren't boring. You know, they're a genre that seems boring. It's something that, because I think when you read slice of life, and I think a lot of times when people describe it, they describe it in the wrongest ways. I've seen reviewers talk about slice of life like, oh, it's close to real life, and you know, no, it's not close to real life. It's more so close to the format of real life, almost like the base of your real life. You know, every day, regardless of how boring or dull your life is, you wake up, you get dressed, you eat breakfast, you might go out, do something, you might play games, you might, I don't know how to, you know, everyone's got different lives. But in many ways, you know, that's a slice of life. That's the concept of you having to deal with the same concept every day, regardless. And only occasionally ever going and deviating from that. Slice of life anime always have that as their main focus. If you notice, you know, a lot of the episodes begin with the main character waking up groggily, you know, having to eat breakfast, running to school because they were running late, etc., etc. That's what it is. That's the slice of right there. That's what makes the slice of life concept viable in anime, is that no matter what, it's something close to life because that is something that we have to deal with in our lives. But that does not mean that slice of life genre is all about, you know, boring concepts. Oh, this is the daily routines. No. A lot of times, I don't care. Go look it up right now if you don't believe me. Go look it up right now and look up what anime has slice of life genre in there. They don't have to be front and center, but they can have it in there. And I guarantee you will find the craziest anime with the slice of life of genre. And you'll be like, wow, that has slice of life elements to it. I never knew. It's because it's not that it's prevalent. It's something that slice of life is always, even if it's the main kind of subgenre where they talk about it like in the main genre classing, it's always a subgenre. It's not a main genre. It's something that no matter what story it is, regardless of anything, you know, it could be sports anime or romance anime or etc., etc. It's always something that gets hit in the back burner because it's an element that doesn't have its own two legs, if I could say it that way. It's a genre that needs other anime to strengthen it. And take, for example, again, let's go back to Melancholy Harem Suzumiya. Let's go back to that for a second. That has the main character dealing with espers and, you know, psychics and aliens, etc., etc. And he always has, like, various issues that pop up, like, you know, having to deal with this crazy thing that happened or this crazy thing. That, in many things that describe anime, slice of life is always put down as one of the first parts of Harem Suzumiya. But ironically, because of the kind of fantasy elements, the pseudo-romance, the action, the drama, etc., etc., they always push it to the right. Clannad, for example. Clannad's a slice of life by nature, but the romance elements, the kind of slight harem elements of the first season, the drama in the third season, or excuse me, the second season, they push the slice of life genre out. No matter what, it's always pushed. And that's how you know a slice of life is never going to be something that can actually say, oh, this anime is solely a slice of life genre. Because no matter what, that doesn't exist. There's no... Slice of life in general is not supposed to be a main genre. I think people treat it like, oh, I don't like slice of life, or I disdain slice of life. And by the way, if my friends watch this, I'm not talking about you. I know you might think that I'm talking about you saying this. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking that I've talked to people before who tell me they hate slice of life genre anime, and I look at them and go, well, why? And they give me this, you know, they give me the whole spiel. Oh, I don't like the realism elements. I don't like the boring kind of aspects. I asked them then to describe what anime they're talking about because I want to know what they watch that maybe I haven't seen it. Maybe that's why they don't like it, or maybe it's more so that I didn't see it and I can't understand what they're talking about. But it's always something that I've seen before, and it's always something that's so far away from what they're talking about that if they would have stayed a few more episodes in with it, it would have been like so much better for them. They would have enjoyed it more. Take, for example, Steins Gate, going back to the robotics notes and that concept over there. Steins Gate has slice of life elements into it where our characters deal with their everyday routines, and, you know, our main character, as crazy as he is, has realistic elements. He eats food, he goes to sleep, he has to, you know, deal with romance, he has to deal with making friends and dealing with their issues. That's slice of life. There you go, right there. but that's not a main genre. But you can't make slice of life a main genre. That's what I'm getting at. Is that, you know, I want people that have watched this, or at least tell people to watch this, stop saying you hate slice of life. There's no such thing as a anime solely focused on slice of life. I've seen several hundred anime, it seems like, and I've never ever seen a movie, a regular anime series, an OVA that is just sole slice of life, because there's no such thing. You know, every day, back to the real world example, when you wake up and you go to work, if you start talking to some stranger, or if you find that your eyes are gazing at this girl you like that you want to talk to and ask her out, right there you're going into romance. You're going into the romance portion of your life. Guess what? Slice of life just now went to the far right of it. No matter what, it's always pushed to the side conveniently because it's not something that can be its own genre. It's too boring of a concept. And that's why, you know, I do not say slice of life are boring. I think when slice of life anime start, I think the few episodes can be boring. And that's because a lot of times what they're trying to do, and this is something that you have to understand as a slice of life concept, is that they have to initialize the main characters. They have to talk about who these people are that you're about to watch on screen. You know, if you watch the show that immediately went into just, oh, here's dude A and here's girl B, and this is best friend A, etc. How much would you hate that type of show? You know, you could start off with talking about them, but no matter what, you know, you'll notice our main character will eventually go, oh, that's my friend. He's been my friend for several years. We know each other since middle school, etc., etc. That right there is talking about that character, and it's initializing the concept of who he is and what he's doing and why he's there. But that's necessary, you know. Any anime needs that. And then by episode 3, 4, maybe 5, the slice of life genre is completely gone. The main focus of it then becomes either drama issues, romance issues, etc., whatever. The point I'm getting at, though, is slice of life is not boring. Stop saying it's boring because it's wrong. It's a genre that is on itself not even a main genre. It's a subgenre. All right? Yeah, but that's it for today, guys. Yeah, I hope you guys like that. I think honestly, you know, I defend slice of life anime in general because it's, again, not something that I don't even describe an anime first and foremost as slice of life. I don't think I ever have, and say, oh, yeah, it's a slice of life, this, that, and then romance. I don't do that. I usually put it at the far end because, again, it gets pushed to the end. But yeah, I was thinking about that, and I'm like, you know what? Besides my friends saying that, I think a lot of people in general that I know have said that, and I stopped and went, you know what? Time to talk about it. I want to talk about this. Anyways, guys, that's it. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Next week, I will probably talk about should anime wait to be finished in light novels? Should they finish? The light novels should finish, or the manga should finish before they make the anime? Anyways, though, as always, guys, I wish you the best week until next week. I hope you guys have great weeks. I hope everything goes your way. I hope that, you know, life isn't too boring for you. That, you know, some incident will occur that it's not something out of your reach, but more so something that will make you happy, and that you can, you know, kind of succeed with it. I wish you guys that, you know, I really do. Anyways, till next time, till we meet again, have a good one, everyone. Bye.